Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Troupe Talk. I am Chase,
And I am Cohen.
and meet our lovely guest for today. I say meet, but he's been on the show before. Mson Gongora. Hello.
Hey, how's everybody doing? What's up?
Very good. I'm very excited to have you on the show today, just because very interesting choice of guest, if that makes sense. I'm sure
Yeah.
you can guess why. um,
It feels interesting to be on this side of the table, being the guest instead of the host.
Yeah. It's especially when your previous co-host is the one asking all the questions now. Like,
Yeah.
like before.
I gotta
Yeah.
say too, you two have been killing it. By the way, I have watched every episode.
Thank you very
since I've
much.
been gone, and
Thank
it's been
you.
really good.
Yeah. I know. It feels it felt weird realizing, oh, Mson's not going to be there to ask all the questions. Oh, I have to write down questions. Oh, okay, here we go.
That was my job. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
No, I'm in
Um,
that scenario where I'm just like, Chase must make all the questions now.
Yeah, and I'm going to force you to run for council next year. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so, yeah, let's go ahead and just, start, because, we like to start things off here. Well, like, we like to start things off right with the important questions. With that in mind,
okay.
which do you prefer? Cheesy bread or garlic bread?
Oh, this is like Sophie's Choice, man. I don't know.
It's a really tough choice, I know. It's...
Can we all just get along? But if I have to choose, if I have to choose, if I have to choose, I'm sorry, Chase. Cheese bread, just because I love chepe. Just
You know
because I
what?
love chepe.
You know what? That's fair. That's completely fair.
Here you are thinking someone's your friend, and then you find out they like cheesy bread more than garlic bread.
Fair.
You're like, why?
Alrighty. Yeah, no, yeah, it's completely fair. You already said, yeah, it feels weird, but just if you could give us a little more detail on how it feels being back on the show that you created, but as a guest.
It feels like, I mean, this is probably not a great analogy, but what I can describe is I just dropped off my kid at daycare, and I'm coming back to pick it up.
True.
This is kind of what it feels like. I'm not coming back permanently, guys. So I'm sorry if that's what you're supposed. I'm not coming back. But it's so interesting to be on this side of the table, like, being the guest and not being so sort of like, hey, so what did you do this day, you guest?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll say it again. Whoever's been watching Troupe Talk, Chase and Cohen have been killing it. I've been really entertained by what they've been doing. This is a great show. I'm probably biased because I made it, but that's
True.
besides the point.
Mhm.
Well,
Also-
I'm flattered.
One thing I do want to kind of inject here is I was looking at the videos today, and we've got over 100 views on our on my first video on here. It's pretty nice.
Oh,
Crazy.
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. Thank you all for watching as much as you have. Also, we have over 70 subscribers. Yep. All right. So Elsie asks a question. Have you done anything theater related since graduating, and do you plan to?
You guys know what the times now. It's been really difficult to do anything theater related.
Absolutely.
But I have been watching more Zoom shows and trying to see how life is like doing theater outside of being on the stage, because it's really difficult to be on stage.
Yeah.
So, no, in a sense, I haven't been out there acting,
Mm-hmm.
much to my regret, because I would love to. But I have been keeping my feet in the theater pod, like, thoroughly, because, I still watch shows. I still listen to Hampton too much, but that's besides the point.
Same.
Looking at new musicals, looking at old musicals, trying to find new plays, even looking at new monologues. Yes, guys, if you're gonna do it, keep finding monologues. They're great, by the way.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for what we're going to be doing here at Reynolds, which
I think I
I've
know what you're
mentioned.
talking about.
Yeah, I've mentioned that we're doing a radio play, and at the end of recording Elsie's episode, I discovered that we're going to be doing Wizard of Oz, which I believe is the
I
same
think she's
one.
so happy, because I'm like, last
Yeah,
year
it's-
I was really disappointed that you got that show didn't get up.
Yeah,
because
and it's the same script from last year too.
exactly, and that's really awesome.
I did hear about a few people being disappointed about the fact that it's being completely recast, which I completely feel ya. I know what you're talking about.
That feeling is completely valid, and that's
It's-
all right to feel that way.
Yeah, no. But on the other hand, like, can you see why they did it? Like,
Yeah, we
like
gotta,
besides, not everybody was here from last year, and you might
Exactly.
like chances are you might even get a better role. Like,
Yeah.
so,
Oh yeah. Also, to answer the second part of Elsa's question, yes, I would. I am actually planning on trying to do more theater things, given the right show, given the right circumstance, and given the right climate of the time.
yeah, I think.
But it's just difficult.
Yeah, I think Steenson mentioned you auditioning for a show. Is that a thing?
I am planning on auditioning for a show. Planning on it, we don't know because I'm still going to school and like juggling school and having a job and doing the show. It's like it's kind of crazy, but yeah, I'm not gonna like tell much more because if I end up not auditioning, I don't want anybody to be like sorely disappointed. Like Mson, I wanted to see you act, man. Come on.
True. Yeah, that's definitely tough. Like job, school, theater, and all of
the
that
weird
with
thing that we're going through.
Yeah, no, that with current world event.
Exactly.
So, so this is an interesting one. Reynolds ASB asks favorite animal and why.
Reynolds ASB.
Shout out to Reynolds ASB, y'all, awesome. Favorite animal. It's been this way since middle school, but I love red pandas.
Ooh, good choice.
Red pandas are so adorable. I just can't even describe how cute they are. A close second would be a corgi.
Yeah.
Emerson, by the way, did you know that the original use for the name panda was used for the red panda instead of the actual black and white ones?
The more you know, guys. See, that's
so the
why
red
I chose the right
pandas are
animal.
the OG.
See, I chose the right animal, guys. So
Yeah,
just,
and
I'm
see,
awesome.
this is why we are the most educational show on the internet.
Exactly.
You learn things like this.
Game theory, step aside.
It's game theory, step aside.
Sell it. Slap that to a
Put it on a
t-shirt,
t-shirt.
Step aside.
The red panda was the original panda. Oh boy. Chepe asks first of 3 questions today. If you had the chance to redo your senior year, would you? Like some weird time thing happens, you get taken back to March pandemic 3.
Okay, this answer might be like a long one, so guys, buckle your seatbelts because I want to give.
All right, just click.
I'm kind of in the middle because yes and no. I would love to redo it, and also I wouldn't want to. The yes part of it, of course, I want to redo it because we didn't get to finish our year off, right? We had so many things planned, from our shows to going to state, to just experiencing the last few months of school for the seniors and for the lower classmen. It's just I do wish we could have done it because and I'm sorry if I bring up like things from the past that we don't even need to talk about anymore. But I wish we could have done our 2 shows that we were planning on doing, like The Wonderful Wizard of Oz and These Shining Lives, because they were both wonderfully casted and with a talented cast and talented directors with talented techs. And not even for me, I don't really mind that I didn't get to do the show. I just wish that my castmates and the other cast members from different shows got to do their shows because I know they would have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just that's always a big like you sit down and you're like what could have been, but life goes on. Shout out to BTS, but kidding. Life goes on, but at the same time no, because we've all learned new things about ourselves and about each other because of what happened. And in a more personal, I've matured a lot since what happened. So and I'm not saying I wouldn't mature if this didn't happen, but I have matured. So I'm like, I like where I am now. I like how I'm acting. I like how I've been.
Yeah,
so
I think definitely current world events have forced a lot of us to get our butts in gear.
Yeah.
So.
But yes, of course I would want to go back and make everything happen. But I'm not too regretful that it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's certainly fair. I mean, after all, you can't exactly control the world, can you?
No, you cannot.
Emerson, you're making me think about state now. Like I have my blue ribbon still hanging on my wall.
Oh yeah, state. I remember physically crying when I found out that state was canceled.
I was crying too. I was upset.
Like I legitimately.
I felt bad for everybody else because lucky thing for us, everybody that asked to go to state were able to go. And then we got told the horrible news, and and then we got that news. But like, I still believe in my mind this is what happened to state. We're all there. Cohen and Skylar are killing it. Everyone's killing it. Everyone's doing great. That's just what I think in my mind. Everything happened is all perfect gumdrops and rainbows.
Yeah, definitely the lead up to the pandemic last year was like very positive until it hit. Like it was great until it hit.
Think much about it.
True.
Because we thought we had everything under control, and then everything went sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I blame Elizabeth and Kiara Tewksbury, because do you want to know what she said before it all happened? She said this on the Friday. She said, "Guys, imagine if this is the last time we'll ever see each other. Well, anyways, goodbye."
Ooh.
And she was right.
Wow.
I'm like, Elizabeth, how dare you jinx the
Ooh.
future?
Wow. She really pulled that.
She called
Rest
it.
in peace.
Elizabeth. No. In all seriousness, no, we couldn't have predicted this to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I still like. Sorry, I don't mean to make this about myself, but I'm
It's
still
alright.
like really sad that we didn't get to go to state, because that was such like a new experience. I mean, I still have my senior year hopefully to look forward to.
Hopefully.
That is, if this virus stuff gets kind of maintained. But
Yeah.
But I do
God.
believe that Cohen and Skylar would have been amazing there at state, guys. So just next time you guys have a class with Cohen, not Skylar because he's in college, but Cohen. Next time you see Cohen, just tell him how awesome he is and tell him that he's a good actor.
That's
Thank
right,
you.
everybody. Make sure to comment to Cohen how
Comment on
awesome
it.
he is.
Oh God.
Everybody tell Cohen how great he is.
Just tell him how awesome he is.
Next thing we see is that this video is the first one to reach 1K views, and we're like,
Yes.
Speaking of telling Cohen and respectively us how absolutely fantastic and great at our job we are, there's a little red button below the video. It exists. I just wanted to remind you that it exists. You don't have to press it if you don't want to.
No, you don't.
But if you could, it would make me very happy. It would bring light to my day, if you will. And there's also a little thumbs up button down there.
Click it, guys. Click
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you to click that one. You don't
If
have
you-
to click the red one, but the little thumbs up one, yeah, no, I'd
If
appreciate
you
it if
click
you
it, you'll
that
get
one.
a rainbow on your doorstep the next day. I promise you.
True.
This is all factual facts.
Definitely not a lie in the slightest.
A full unicorn will be at your doorstep the next day. I promise.
Mhm.
Exactly. And also the thumb will turn blue, and that's cool.
yeah.
Big coincidence that
You know,
actual
it's
unicorn comes
blue.
to your house.
Right?
Makes no sense. It just happens somehow.
Yeah.
Mson, I have a question for you real quick.
That's good. What's up?
Name one thing you miss and one thing you don't miss about doing the podcast.
Ooh, okay. One thing I miss, I just miss. I miss about the I miss me and Chase, like, getting together, sending up the material. Well, not that really, but getting all the stuff ready and then having our guests, and we just sit down. And it's like a nice chat for a good 30 minutes of us just sitting down in a dark room with lights and talking. That sounds kind of creepy, but that's not what I mean.
Yeah. the wording's off, but the
The
spirit's
wording's not
there.
the best. But what I mean is I just enjoy us having a nice conversation with a hot cup of coffee, which we didn't have, but still that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
What I
I'm
didn't
gonna
enjoy
guess
is
that the thing
heavy
you
material.
What's up?
What I didn't enjoy was that how long it would take for me to set up the microphones and everything, and
Oh yeah.
it was just a pain in my neck. But that's besides.
I was gonna make the joking prediction that it was me being terrible with schedules.
Oh, don't worry. No, it was me trying to find better questions to ask people, because I feel like I would ask the same questions every week.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I'm really appreciating the questions for this episode in particular, because we actually did get a lot of questions from the audience for this episode. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. That's
yeah,
weird.
no, I'm really I am very excited for that, because that means I don't have to come up with very many original questions, which I feel like I'm terrible at, because I asked the same 5 or 6 questions 3 episodes in a row. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of questions from the audience, Jen Molina, who I'm gonna guess that I personally don't know them, but they ask if have you ever traveled internationally, and would you like to, or where would you like to eventually go?
I have not. I actually never even traveled that far out the state. The furthest I've been out the state is to Seattle. Yeah, which is not far at all, might I add.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, and if I were to travel, a lot of great places. I would love to go to Seoul, South Korea.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. Iceland. and Greenland, both the lands. They're both
I have technically been in Iceland.
Really?
It wasn't for longer than an hour. It was a layover when I was on my way to Scotland, but I've been there. I can say I was there.
I want to go there, and of course Australia, a lot of places. I want to go everywhere. I get motion sick though, so that's why I kind of don't want to travel as much because I get motion sick. But besides,
that's fair. Actually, have you ever? I mean, probably not if the furthest you've been to Seattle, but have you ever been on a plane before?
No.
Well, that
in video games, sure, but no.
Yeah, I mean that might be an interesting like new experience for you when you eventually do, because I mean, who knows if the motion sickness will trigger?
I just start freaking out on the plane.
You just start screaming. You know, that sounds funny when we say it now, but I'm sure in the moment it absolutely won't be. I'm sure it's like actually gonna be terrifying, but right now it's like, haha, imagine.
I'm terrified that I have some sort of undiscovered like air sickness because I've never been on a plane before. So I'm terrified that I'm gonna get on one and discover I'm like horribly plane sick.
You just throw up in the next 4 or 6 hours.
Oh,
actually, I recently realized that I am because I actually recently took a trip to the East Coast before the East Coast shut down again. And I took a plane ride there. You had to wear your mask the whole time, and I realized I don't I love looking down while I'm on planes and when I'm in the window seat, but I hate looking down when I'm on planes and I'm in the window seat because I realize that like below the floor there's just death waiting below me.
Yeah, it gets scary.
If you stop and think about it, you start to get a little terrified, and it starts to make you a little sick to your stomach, and you start to sweat, and it's like
Have you seen those videos? Have you seen those videos of like zoomed out views of planes, like to show you like actually how fast they're actually going? Because like when you see them across the sky, they're going so slow, at least relative to what you're seeing.
Yeah.
But in reality, they're super fast.
Oh yeah, I sit there and look at the screen that was on the plane that I was just on like back in October was or like beginning of September was when I was on the first one. On the screen, they literally had like how fast the plane was going, and it was going at literally 5,000 miles an hour, which sounds like a joke when you're talking about someone talking really fast. No, it was literally going 5,000 miles an hour.
Speaking of talking fast, that's why you guys brought me on here, because I'm the fast talker of the place.
True.
Yeah, I've actually slowed down my speech a lot, thank goodness.
Yeah, and we're all proud of you.
Thank you. Stevenson can tell you.
Yeah. Here comes Chepe's second question. Do you have a favorite senior memory? Like senior year memory?
Wow. Like narrowing it down to just one is hard, but I'll think of like at least I'll think of some.
Not being indoors.
Of course not, y'all. Jeez, I miss being able to walk outside without a mask and shaking someone's hand and not being scared. Yeah, the little things, but I think that my favorite memory, which is probably like for all seniors, is like really like really you're gonna mention this again, but honestly I'm not even gonna be joking anymore. The whole run of the Little Mermaid,
there it is,
was fun. That was fun, and I know everyone's like, the Little Mermaid.
Hold on, can we
that was a whole year ago, Mson. Leave it alone.
Can we get a timer on 19 minutes until we mention the Little Mermaid in an episode? Would you look at that?
Your record.
Guys. I was trying to hold it off, but that was.
I know that's probably the longest we've ever gone. Actually, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, right. Everyone's probably like, okay, when's he gonna say it? Oh, he said it.
there it is, Little Mermaid.
He said the funny.
But I'll make it quick so we don't have to like keep dwelling on it. But yes, the run was really fun. Everybody had a good time. My first ever lead ever, and it was fun. A close second was when I saw In the Heights. Oh,
true.
That was a great show. That was an amazing show.
I missed that one, but I'm like sad that I did because y'all came back and were like raving about it to me, and I'm like, oh, that's great.
I was just happy because hard to believe, but that year I was actually thinking of like, I don't think I want to pursue this anymore. This is fun, but maybe not for my career. Then I saw In the Heights, and I kind of changed my whole ideals because I never seen someone like me on stage, and I saw that. That it brought a tear to my eye, and I was really happy.
Yeah. Also, that's another Lin-Manuel one, right? So like,
Lin-Manuel,
yeah.
His first one, yeah.
So like especially after Hamilton came out on Disney Plus, I've actually been kind of missing the idea of, oh, I really like should have gone and seen that show, because that would have probably been another like first introduction to the guy. And I love his work with Hamilton, obviously. Who does, like, how many people don't, let's be honest.
Hamilton's great.
Yeah, Hamilton is really good. Hot take, Hamilton, good.
Hot take, I think In the Heights was more entertaining personally than
it is a fun show. It's a fun show, you know, and there's there's a lot, they speak in the Heights, and because Hamilton's like, I think they have one scene where they talk, but the rest of the show is just singing and rapping, which is fine.
The one scene where they talk and it's still it's just a rap without backing.
Yeah,
it's basically what that scene is.
It's technically it's a play. I mean, it's a musical in the Heights. You know, they have scenes where they talk, which I appreciate. I'm like, yay!
They do talk. I just love a spoken word bit from like Hamilton. Like all the lyrics are a spoken word. It's just like, I will tell you, but I never broke the law. Tell them that you never tell a soul what you saw. Just like there's no rap lyrics.
No one else is in the room where it happened.
If I can prove that I never broke the law, do you promise not to tell another soul what you saw?
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise right now.
So. But yeah, there's that too, and everything's fine. Yeah, it's a fun time.
Yeah. Jen actually asked another question. Any advice you wish someone told you your freshman year of high school?
Oh, wow, a lot of things. Like get a better haircut, Mson. No, in all seriousness, I think I'll do a general one and then a personal one. A general one is like, I think someone should tell people is like, have fun, because you're only in high school once. Okay, you have 4 years and then it's over, and it goes by faster than you can even comprehend.
And the school part's gonna suck. I'm sorry.
Just have fun. Make friends. Do things you didn't think you'd want to do. Like if you want to do theater, go do it. You don't have to. If you want to do choir, go do it. If you want to play basketball or soccer or field hockey, I don't know. We don't have a
if you want to
play, do whatever you want. Yeah, do whatever you want. Enjoy it. It's fun. For me personally, I wish someone would tell me, "Hey, Mson, how about you slow down more?" Yeah, I'm kidding. No, I've been told that every day. But really, I wish someone will tell me to like, this is gonna get a little personal, to kind of get over myself, because I was rather an arrogant little freshman.
Yeah, actually, I remember. I'm not gonna necessarily go into the details of the conversation that I'm recalling, because it's less than school appropriate by my memory. But it basically boiled down to you being less of a jerk in relationships. I literally remember sitting at a McDonald's and listening to and I like it. On the one hand, it was awkward. Obviously, it was awkward to listen to that conversation, but also it was a physical, it was an audible sign of character growth, and I was like sitting there also being really proud of you. So
yeah, but yeah, I'm happy that I have grown a lot since I was a freshman, and now I'm a freshman again, so I'm back in the bottom of the food chain. But
true.
But I'm a lot more mature now than I was then, so there's that. And that's kind of the advice I would give. Enjoy it. Don't let anybody tell you who you can or cannot be. If you want to be, you can be whatever you want to be. Really, just whatever it is, you take it, because that's you. No one can tell you can be a better you than you. All right.
So here's another theater related question. If you had to pick a favorite role from any show, what would you choose?
The talking chair, guys. I was a talking chair. No.
True.
No. But no.
Or the creepy frog guy.
Oh gosh, no.
The creepy frog.
If I'm gonna be serious, everyone would expect me to say Sebastian, but actually, he is not my favorite role that ever was.
I wouldn't expect him to be, honestly. You kind of complained about Sebastian a lot, actually.
Yeah, I did, but that's besides. We're not gonna get it.
True.
My favorite role I've ever gotten is actually the first role I've ever gotten, and that's what made me want to do it, want to keep doing theater. Is when I was in 15-minute Hamlet for my freshman year, because they did Hamlet that year, and they had a little funny show before the big show, and I was in the funny show, and that made me realize how much I loved it. I played Horatio and Osric, and that was just such a fun time. Well, fun, like in the grand scheme of things. But then I was really stressed out because it's my first show. I was like,
Yeah.
am I gonna do good? But
Yeah.
that's my favorite role ever because that's the first role I've ever gotten, and that's the role that made me realize that yes, this is what I want to do. I love this.
Yeah, I think
And
think
of course,
I've
a close
told-
second is Sebastian. Sebastian is a fun time.
True.
It was such a fun role, fun music. Everyone loved it.
Yeah, I think I've told or at least mentioned the story of like, which would be 2 years down the line after your like realization of, oh, I really like theater. Like my realization of this is the place was during Cinderella on that like final dress when I had to like fill in for Andy. And that was like the show itself. I haven't talked about the show itself. The show itself was terrifying.
It was such a different show.
Even with such a tiny audience, doing that when I was barely ready to do so in the first place was absolutely terrifying.
And guys, you guys didn't see it, but Chase absolutely killed it. He was great.
That's what people tell me. I still specifically remember a lot of my mistakes. I know there was an entire point where I sat on stage, stared at the floor, stared at the audience trying to remember my lines, and then I just skipped a few and went to the queue.
Nice.
Big ol' shout out to Andy too. Andy, you were a great little princey. We love you, and I'm glad that you're still in the theater department. You're awesome.
And actually, congratulations on I know this is a few months, it's several months late to be congratulating you on this, but congratulations on being on the council. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So. Also,
we gotta say shout out to Cohen because his first show was a really sad show.
Yeah. That must have been rough. Different. I remember that show. I felt. Sad. It was weird to feel the after effects of that show, because during the show itself I felt fine, but afterwards I doubted myself a lot, and that was weird. I was
Cohen,
not expecting
you did a great
that.
job, Cohen. I love you, Cohen. You're awesome.
I almost quit Tempest because of those self-doubt things. I literally went up to Cincin and went, "Hey, I think I'm gonna quit," and she's like, "I'll let you think about it a bit." And then I go home, I go home, actually have dinner with my family, and my family's just like, "You idiot, no."
Tempest was a fun show too. That was a great show.
Tempest was really fun, and literally I got back into it and I realized, oh, this isn't as hard as I thought it was. Okay, this is fine.
It's always funny. I never did this on stage when we actually had a performance, but whenever Chase would be, because he played he was a spirit and he held food for me, I would try to mess with him whenever he would do that during rehearsals. I was grabbing food, but I would also tickle his waist, and he's like, "Eh."
Yeah, definitely. Backstage was always. I remember there was a funny thing we would do backstage because we had the spirit, all those spirits had those weird blue pants that were really really big.
They're so huge.
And but there was a meme going around at the time. It was Piranha Plant from Mario Bros. And it's just this does not please the plant.
This does not please.
And so, for whatever reason, we would start, we would hold those pants all the way up to our shoulders and just start saying that to each other. And refer to each other as the plant. It's great.
You guys look like MC Hammer. That's what the pants look like.
Here's the last question from me, which isn't really from me, it's from Chepe. Is there anything you miss about the theater classroom?
Theater class? Nothing. I'm kidding. No.
True.
No. Well, no. What I miss a lot of things about that place. I think the thing I miss the most is the living room.
Yeah.
I miss the living room. I miss sitting on that couch and being the big bad senior, yeah, freshman, bring me my food. That never happened, by the way. I'm just kidding. That never happened. But
yeah,
I would take naps on that couch a lot.
When I say I slept on the living room, I don't mean that literally. I mean that in the sense of I was sleeping on the idea of hanging out in the living room with everybody until literally last year when I started to do it more actively, and it's a nice spot. It's great. The couches and the chairs, they're not the best, but they're still the best because they aren't the best, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, they're nice and soft and nice.
We love them, but they're a little run down, you know.
Speaking of sleeping on the living room, it was, I think, in the summertime during like the first few weeks of rehearsal. All the ensemble members had like they had rehearsal and I didn't for like a good hour.
Mm-hmm.
So I slept on that couch for a good hour.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Honestly,
I was drowsy on my way back to rehearsal. Like okay, so you ready? After my 1 hour nap.
The best period to have theater is first period, because then you can just like chill on the couch once you get to school. Like if you get there a bit early, just chill on the couch.
Reminds me of Miguel Silva, because apparently back when he was still in school, he would come to school in his PJs and just take a nap on that couch. He was a senior, so it was okay.
I think I remember that actually, because he was a senior in my freshman year, I think. So
it was a great time. He would do that too much. But,
yeah. All right.
Mson, actually, I have a question. Did you and the other seniors get the chance to put your handprints on the wall?
Not yet. We will eventually, and I will. I'm gonna make it so iconic. I'm gonna put all my jokes on there. All of my jokes.
You know, I was gonna ask why not, but then I remembered the school hasn't been open just to anyone. Not like not even just a situation of like, oh, you know, some of the teachers have been allowed. No, I mean like, the teachers are rarely allowed in. Like, you know, Gaspar gets to be in the orchestra room and all that. Yeah, the band room. But I mean, like, I don't see many other teachers being anywhere except for their own home.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
crazy.
It's so strange to think
it's so barren that all bacteria in that building is dead.
I got a question for you guys. How much do you guys miss me? Because I'm so cool. I'm kidding.
Dude, I miss you lots, and I really wish that you could be. I mean, like, I don't even. I feel weird because I don't talk to a lot of people outside of classes beyond like my regular my close like my people I've known since middle school friend group. So it's so nice to be able to talk to you again, because I mean I know that I can like send you a message anytime, but it's like it feels.
It's
weird.
So different not being able to walk to class and see you guys at all and just like messing with you guys.
Exactly, it's ridiculous.
So
what up, Trace? Mess up your hair.
I know that, and that's exactly like what I mean when I say that I miss all the seniors. It's not that I like can't go talk to them. It's just that I haven't been able to see them, and like I miss them because of that. It's different
now. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So and it's just so awkward sending someone a message out of the blue. It's like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Hi.
I want everybody else to know, like, all the kids that are still that I knew that are still there in theater. I miss all y'all too. I do miss going to school and seeing y'all every day, and like you guys cringing at my jokes because they're all really bad. But you know, I miss all you guys. I love all y'all so much.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I mean when I say that I love this place, but I hate this place. I really don't like the school's system itself, but I love the people. The people are great. So
everyone's awesome.
Be fun.
I'll leave one more story for y'all before we can end this. I'll give one more story.
I do have one thing I want to say, is that
go.
If you don't think we miss you, then you're absurdly wrong, because like I was just thinking about this like right now. I was like, geez, I just realized how much I miss you, because I remember freshman year like going to audition for Butterfly, and you came in and you were just like, hey dude, calm down, and hey, if you don't understand your words, then just improvise. Like they don't know your script, just go off of it. And that's what saved my audition, is I went off script and improvised almost the entire thing. Yeah, so like that got me into theater, and I'm like, yeah, I thank Jason Mson for that one.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. All right. Wait, Mson, did you say you had a story for us?
I'll just say one memory I have of school that I just want to tell, because it just makes me laugh. Because it was in my class. I was doing monologues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was on my dramatic monologue, and these get really weird. And in this monologue, I play like a crazy person who broke into somebody's house, and I'm spewing my love to this woman. And at some point, I threw a chair.
What, like physically threw a chair?
Yeah, I physically threw a chair. Like I had a chair in that scene, and I was like, and I said a line like, no, and I was mad, and I threw a chair, and it hit the table, and the table almost fell over.
Oh.
But I couldn't break character because I was already in the moment, and the chair was already gone. I'm like, okay, keep going in my head. And I feel really bad too because I was in front of freshmen and they looked petrified of me.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
Like,
that just means you did a good job. That just
Worse
means
than
you did a
usual,
good job
guys.
because
They were scared of me
like
more than usual.
yeah, no, that just means you did a good job because I mean like that's exactly what your character is, right? Like
Yeah,
people
psychotic, but yeah.
people believed you. Alright, yeah, so with that, thank you all for watching today's episode of Troupe Talk. Let's thank our lovely guest, Mson.
Thanks for having me, guys. I really do appreciate it. It was fun.
And
Thanks for being on here, man.
yeah. And with that, I've been Chase.
And I've been Cohen.
And this has been Troupe Talk. We'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Don't forget to
Subscribe!
leave questions for the next guest. Bye.
Subscribe, guys.
Bye.